I'm Whitney.
And I'm Brian. And this is the Whitney and Brian Show. Today, guys, it's an A Day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Eagles, and also good morning, Whitney. How's your morning starting out so far?
It's pretty great, Brian. And how about yours?
So far, it's going pretty well. And remind me, Whitney, what is today?
Today is Wednesday, February 22nd.
Nice. Now we can move on to our monthly pillar.
So, our monthly pillar for this month is honesty. And the quote we have: acting is all about honesty. If you can fake it, you've got it made. George Burns.
You can fake it, you can make it.
Now it's time for our weather. So David, why don't you go ahead and tell us what today's weather is?
Alright, for today's weather, it's going to be sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 70.
Nice. Now it's time for our lunch.
So Whitney, what's for lunch today?
Today we're going to be having spaghetti with meatballs, peas, carrots, diced peaches, and dinner rolls. And now it's time for our student news.
Alright.
10th through 12th graders. Today is your second session for Algebra 1 EOC retakes, so good luck.
8th graders, if you are interested in your class sweatshirts, they are now on sale. You can purchase it online or in the cafeteria for $25.
If you are active on social media, you can see Miss Culligan in room 202.
Also, don't forget yearbook now. The yearbook is now still available for purchase on Yearbook Order Center. Make sure to get yourselves one because only pre-ordered books will be handed out.
Now it's on to our club news. Today after school, there will be a National Honors Meeting in Mr. Messenger's room. Hope
That
to
is
see you all there.
218, just to let you guys know.
Also, girls, if you are still interested in flag football, please see Coach Johnson in room 125.
Guys, don't forget about field day. It is on March 15th. Remember to pay $25 and turn in your field trip forms so you can get your shirts and obviously a ride to field day. Also, any more information about that will be on the school website or you can go ask Mr. Johnson. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hope to see you all there. And that is all for club news.
George Washington, the first President of the United States, was born February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. He was homeschooled until he was 16, when he left home to become a surveyor. A surveyor is someone who maps and inspects land. Washington was a talented cartographer, making dozens of maps in his lifetime. When he was 20, his older brother died, and Washington inherited his family's estate at Mount Vernon. At age 22, he became a major in the militia. By age 23, he was promoted to colonel and was in command of all the soldiers in Virginia. At this time, George Washington and his men were fighting on the same side as the British in the French and Indian War. In 1758, Washington left the militia and went home to Mount Vernon. He got married and was elected to Virginia's House of Burgesses. The House of Burgesses was a government body of representatives, similar to modern-day Congress. During this time, the relationship between Great Britain and the American colonies began to be strained. The British had lost a lot of money in the French and Indian War, and they wanted to get some of it back. Unfortunately, they did this by creating new, heavy taxes that the colonists had to pay, and they did it without giving the colonists any say in the matter. When the Revolutionary War started in 1775, George Washington was appointed General and Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. The British Army had more soldiers and more supplies than Washington, but he didn't give up. It took a few years for the newly freed colonies to create a strong government, but in 1787, the Constitution was created. On April 30th, 1789, George Washington was sworn in as the first President of the United States of America. He is the only president in history to be unanimously elected, which means that everyone voted for him. When his first 4-year term as president was up, voters elected him again. In fact, he was so popular that he ran unopposed, which means that no one tried to be the president instead of him. George Washington was so well liked that he probably could have been the president until he died. But he didn't want America to have a leader like a king, who was in charge for their whole life. To help make sure that presidents after him would step down when their turn was over, he set the example and went home to Mount Vernon in 1797. On December 14th, 1799, George Washington died at the age of 67. He was buried on his estate at Mount Vernon, where his body remains to this day.
That's all for today's news, Eagles.
Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow to see what happens next.
And as always,
Soar Eagles!
Bye.
You can catch she posted up.